So here's a question for you. Are you a prepper? Are you prepared in the event of an emergency? Well, I'd like to think that I'm prepared. You know, we've got an adequate amount of firewood and I've got a big diesel generator, which I'm going to start right now. But, you know, I've often thought about the what if. You know, what if we had a big earthquake? What if there was a storm that was really ravaging? Well, you know, this last few days, we had a snowstorm up here that we're not prepared for. And interestingly enough, there is a shutdown of all emergency services. A good friend of mine, he works over at the fire department. I talked with him this morning. We did have cell coverage because we both got generators. But I asked him what's going on, and he was telling me about all the power poles that are down, all the trees that are down. And he said that we have two fire departments up here. One fire department had their rig stuck in the snow, and they called my friend and asked him if they'd bring their big four-wheel drive fire truck down and help him get it out. So he took the four-wheel drive firefighter rig, the big one, and he put chains on all four corners of that rig. And he spent 2 hours, which is normally a 10-minute drive, stopping, cutting trees, clearing stuff, working his way, slip sliding all the way down until he finally got to a power pole that was down, and the wires were across the road, and he says, "That's it, I'm done." So he turned around. So we got one rig stuck over at the fire department on the north of us, and we've got the other rig back where it's at. He finally made it home, slip sliding. He threw the chains on one side and had to stop and figure out how to get those back on. But I asked him, I said, "So if there's an emergency up here, what's up? What happens if somebody, you know, needs to call an EMP service or, you know, fire truck or whatever?" He says, "You're on your own." And that's what's kind of got me thinking right now about being prepared. So I have this big diesel generator, and hopefully it's going to start again today. It doesn't like the cold weather. It's an old rig, but it's proven pretty reliable. Here, let me show it to you. This old diesel generator here, it's actually something that was reappropriated and used. This used to be on a railroad car, and this company, the Deuce, rebuilds these things and puts them on trailers. I bought this from a friend of mine years ago, and it's really proven its value. So first things first, I got to check the diesel fuel. I'm going to shut it off now. This is more snow than I have seen up here in all the years. I've been living up here 27 years. This is more snow in one big dumping than I can remember. All right, baby. Let's see if it's going to start. Fingers crossed. Not good. Doesn't like the cold. So I pulled a battery that I know is good out of a truck, and I'm gonna jump it. I think I fried the battery on this. Come on, baby. Let's give it a start. Come on. Oh, dear. Oh. Best laid plans, I don't know. Well, I know a project I'm going to have to do now. Never really thought about this before because it's always been so reliable, but I think what I'm going to have to do is build some kind of a housing for this to keep this thing out of the weather. Come on, let's give it another try. Nope. I know what the problem is. I got the camera on. Not starting. I don't think it's going to snow this morning, but I'm doing everything I can to prepare myself to get out of here. At the very least, go get fuel, because I have no idea how long it's going to be before we get power again. I got a Bobcat. Most people don't have this kind of equipment. I was able to clear my driveway, clear my pathway up the driveway, up to the top. Worked on this for hours yesterday. There was about a foot of snow on this steep driveway. Which, you know, a lot of you people that live in the snow country think, that's nothing. Well, you guys are naturally prepared in a way that we're not. Look at this. I've got this tent structure over here. It did not support the weight of the snow. And boom, everything I've got in there is getting wet and getting ruined. I still got a foot of snow on the cabin. There's my bucket truck, which I'm certainly not getting out of here today. I've got my four-wheel drive truck up over there, and I didn't prepare for this very well either. I should have had it turned around and had the trailer backed in so I could at least use that to get out of here if I need to. So I've got to cut that big limb up and get it out of the way, and maybe I'll be able to back it up and turn it around, but where am I going to put it? I guess I could pull it up there and back the trailer over that way and disconnect it. And then I've got a four-wheel drive vehicle to get up and around out here. God, so much to prepare for, so much to think about. I mean, this tree up here, you see all that light through there? Those are all broken limbs. There's still broken limbs hanging up there. I got a big one that fell down there, that fell. I mean, all the trees around here are just ticking time bombs. You know, with big branches broken up inside of them. And fortunately, the sun came out for a while yesterday afternoon and melted a lot of the snow off of the tops of some of these trees. But I've got this big tree that's towering over my house. I've got that tree over my house. I've got these giant firs, which broke a huge limb over there and hit my trailer. So, I mean, this pile of snow here is all from my driveway. I kept backing up, piling up here. This is one area that I didn't need to work with. And I get my hopes in this now. Hope there's not water in the fuel. Yes, yes, yes. Ah! Well, that's a relief. Well, we have a transfer switch. I did turn it on to the PG&E side and nothing all night. Clearly the wires are down on the road. Interestingly, how dependent we have become on power. Without electricity, our lives just do not work. And voila, we got lights, we've got internet, we've got refrigerators and freezers that are back on. I got a hot tub that started back up and will get warm again, which is not a priority, but sure is nice. Little emergency overted. You know, being prepared means thinking about all the little things that you may have to deal with. And when you're living in the forest, you've got all kinds of stuff that's going to happen. You got a big limb up there that's just hanging there ready to come falling down. It's broken. Oh. So thankfully the sun came out and it's melting some of the snow.